Put him under pressure. Absolute pressure, hey. Grey morning, the Friday feeling. Gonna take it to the weekend, baby. Are you stuck in the gaff or are you working? Are you under pressure? Pressure, pressure. Put him under pressure. Pressure, hey. Pressure. Did you ever use a pressure hose? Did you ever use a pressure hose? Did you ever get under pressure? Talking pressure. Aaron Byrne, Mikey Phelan, Kenny Jones. You're all in the mix and you're all very welcome to this Friday's installment of Maloney's Digest. I don't know why I got these headphones in, actually. I'm not even using the phone. Good to see you all. Hit the thumbs up. I want to see 12 thumbs up, please. 12 thumbs up on this Friday lunch. I thought I'd play myself some squeeze box. I came back from Poland. It reminded me of Ireland. In the 1990s, in a good way. Pressure. Head was wrecked off Poland, says Terence quote. Kieran Byrne says, get a load of this horror. Social affairs, religion and beliefs, Catholics demanding communion on the tongue, threat to public priests. I always took it in the hand, man. I went to mass once or twice. Put a few zeros at the end of that, man. Always went to mass on a Saturday night. 'Cause I like to have to lie in bed. Didn't want to get up in the morning. I want to chill, play PlayStation. Usually hanging out with the Viper. Playing football on the fucking green. We'd play Wembley for hours. On the goalpost they were some trees. Viper, Morton, Stateside, Midnight Mash. I might be able to give me Dad a ring actually today. That'd be a good touch. Yes. So maybe we'll give me Dad a ring in a few minutes. I'll put this away because I always get a bit like stuck in the mix. It's like the time I met Dave of Fanningshire. Dave Fanning here, yeah, cool. I've got R.E.M. on. Yeah, that dude from the radio, Davey Fanning. And I was talking to him about Rory Gallagher, and he was saying, Rory was a strange kind of guy, yeah. He'd never talk to you without the guitar in his hand. How are you, Mikey and Higgins? Any crack? No. What's the latest with you? I haven't got a podcast done this weekend. Yeah, it's been a bit of a... Could have done one, but I might get Salmon or Big Mick on. I'm still waiting for them to get back to me. Updates, ready to install. I see Mac are trying to degrade the software. Fuck off, I'll do it. Remind me tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Zeke Xylophone. Oh, wow, I discovered and watched Hardy Books on Netflix. Well, you've come to the right place, mate. Just yesterday. Oh, you've a lot to enjoy. Some supping to be done in Poland. Poland was brilliant crack. You just go to a place and it's €1 a beer and nice food. Didn't get any chicken wings though. But I got this sword for the young fella. It says Krakow on it. And it's got an eagle, the Polish eagle. Bit of sword work. I did a bit of sword work on Vikings. I was like, yeah, I get to kill some baddies. But it didn't happen. I ended up getting killed in it. So that sucked. So how's everyone doing? You good? It's 25 past 12 here now in Stockholm. Taking it handy. I might look into doing a podcast later on today with a guy called Stevie Clausen. He was the guy who I did a podcast with before, but there was a lot of fucking drink involved. He turned up 4 hours late, and then when I did meet him, smoked a coner, and it all went down the fucking tubes. I think I might put it up on Patreon for the patrons, because did you take a load of Polish Chang? Didn't do that, no. There was none of that going on. Did you go to Bull Pub? We got rinsed at a booby bar. Bull Pub. I'll have to have a look at this and see what the crack is with Bull Pub. Bull Pub. Krakow. I met a table full of Scouts women, which was good crack. I was like, ooh, is that Scouts accent I hear? And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm from there, near fucking Alderhay Hospital. They were good crack. Bull Pub Krakow. It's got decent reviews. See whereabouts that gaff is. I actually can seriously recommend Krakow as a destination to visit. Yeah, my friend Danny. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, Krakow's great. I love it. Keith Hayden. Hey, though. Here, Keith. Come here. Lord. What are you doing over in Edinburgh? Here, Lord. Did you end up in the hot tub the other night? No, I didn't. It looked like it looked a bit of a sausage fest, but Liz did. I mean, there was nothing going on or anything. Do you know what I mean? It was, you'd be fucking hard up to jump into that tub. But no, it was good crack. They were just in there talking shite and drinking. It's kind of the closest thing you're going to have to a swimming pool, I suppose. The Bull Mick with his patented bull grab. Yeah. But a bath of bubbly COVID. Yeah, it was the first time I've ever had to wear a mask since all this began. And I tell you the truth, I didn't fucking like it. I was on the plane, just kept fiddling with it. It's just so weird to sit on a plane and have to wear a mask. And here's the funny thing, right? So you go to the airport and no one's wearing a mask. And then as soon as you go into security, everyone's wearing a mask. And it's like, what changed between pre-security and after security? Make you fucking wonder. And then you could take them off after you got from security. And then in Poland, they wear the masks in shops and on buses. And I walked around the shopping center in Krakow on Saturday and didn't bother putting a mask on. There was a couple of other people who didn't. But then I was looking at lads. They can walk around and eat a sandwich or have food and not wear the mask. And it's like, it's the inconsistencies that I don't get. It's going down now, but I bust my knuckle the other day hitting this crappy punch bag in the gym. And I told them last year that they need to replace it. It's one of these daft ones that have like a water base and there's like a metal pole sticking up. But so many people have been flaking it asunder that the padding has kind of come off around the pole. And I went to give it a nice left hook and dinked myself. And I was like, it'll probably be all right. And then a few moments later, re-dinked it, stopped in agony, and it swelled up like a balloon. So I still have most of my dexterity on the fingers. But I was at the doctor today, and they said maybe to go for an old Boris Knuckles, says TQ, exactly. And so I might have to go for an X-ray on it next week. But I have like 98%. I can't clench the fist, so I cannot do it. So it's still, I don't know if you can see there, cannot make it out. But compared to this one, still a bit swollen. Fuck, what can you do? First world job, isn't it? First world. Lick out Beast, how you doing, lad? Do you ever feel guilty that Tommy Miller's commitment to the Hardy books held him back from superstardom? Well, you know what, the same can be said for myself, Lick out Beast. You know, you do get pigeonholed in certain categories with acting, and I do take a responsibility sometimes that he did get typecast as being a oversized henchman. I was watching a bit of Hardy books there last weekend, and it's funny when you look at like this. I don't know what happened in the space of 1 year, because he was a big lad in the YouTube webisodes, and then we did series 1, and he just gone but he did say to me his greatest ambition was to be like the great Khali, the wrestler. And I don't think he equated mass over like a tongue. The great Khali was or is a athlete who fucking throws lads around the ring all day. Always asking us the crack with us. What's the crack with yourself, Martin? Well, the crack has been all right since coming back from Poland. Just have the kids half time, and if you want to see the latest school photograph, check out Maloney 101 on Instagram. The ex-wife took them to get the photograph done, and just like my son has his hands over his face like this, while my daughter is like this behind going. So you can check that out. I wonder where they get that mad rowdiness from. It'd make you wonder, wouldn't it? It's funny. Certainly, I don't know if it's from my side of the family. But what other stuff? Twitter has been. I've been on Twitter a lot lately. I see Jedward have taken the opportunity to become the righteous brothers on anything that goes against any mainstream narrative, such as Ian Brown coming out with his skeptical take on the current events with the old fucking lock and key down, and then Noel Gallagher came out and said he wasn't wearing a mask because he thought it was bullshit. So like Jedward are just they seem to be just promoting themselves to the wokerati and the lesser informed, those people who lack discernment and a natural curiosity and imagination to. I'm not going into this shit again, but yeah. There was a very funny meme I seen of someone had put up a picture of Jedward. It said Jedward are rebranding themselves as the Righteous Brothers, and they just had the two lads walking in full hazmat suits. Van Morrison's Lockdown Beats, Volume 1. Apparently, Ian Brown wrote a song called Little Seed, Big Tree. There's some very damning lyrics in that. You could tell that he probably got one of a guitarist over. Yo, come over, fucking do a bit for me, will you? And he came over and they did it. There's no percussion or bass in it. I have to say, Ian Brown's a very sound fella. When we were filming Hardy Books, the film, we were in a fucking cafe, smoking it up one Sunday when we had the day off. And I looked outside the window and there was a fella who looked like Ian Brown with an absolute giant of a man. And when I seen him outside, I went like this. I was like, is that Ian Brown? And sure enough, it was Ian Brown, and he came in, he shook our hands, he said, all right, lads, how are we doing? And we were like, do you want to come in and do a bit on do you want to come into the Hardy Books movie? He's like, I can't, I'm doing a gig tonight, mate. But yeah, he's good sound skin, good lad. What other stuff has been going on? Shit, who's this?
Me.
Oh, you?
Is he without his pants?
I know he took them off yesterday, so I just left them off him. It seems to have healed up a bit.
Has it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm doing a live stream here. The ex-wife is coming now. Say hello. Do you want to say hello? There she is.
Hello.
Not a bad-looking unit.
Going to a funeral.
You going to a funeral, yeah?
Yes.
Have you a bit of crack? Who died?
Oh, who died? Well, I guess it's my step nanny.
Who's that?
Susie.
Oh yeah, didn't she die like 3 months ago? Christmas.
Yeah.
Poor woman's been on ice for 9 months, man. Sweden and funerals, it's.
Well, it's because of Corona.
Oh, Corona as well, yeah. Usually, if you die in Sweden, you have to wait like a month till you get buried. It's fucking like everything here in Sweden. There's queues. You have to take a ticket when you die, and then they throw you into the mix. Then. Is that the owl doll? Yeah, previous owl doll. We get on well, and that's the main thing. I put the picture up of the kids on Instagram, and I said, I wonder where they get that from.
Yeah.
Definitely your side of the family.
Yeah. I didn't say so.
Iced TQ says iced Corona.
Yeah.
What do you think of all the lockdown stuff yourself?
Oh, I don't know.
She's a nurse, you see.
I am a nurse. Well, we're doing pretty well now here in old Sweden.
No, you heard that yourself. Doing all right in old Sweden. Yeah, Sweden is doing all right, actually, which is good. But what else can I say? What else? I should make notes for these live streams, but I never do. But it's just nice just to do a bit like. So we got 25 people watching. That's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. A lot of the American lads are probably still in bobos. But I thought I'd do one of these today for the crack. Kieran Fisher, Thiago, medical today, kidda. What's this? Thiago medical today. What's that mean? Dunno. Any old crack from is the Viper doing any streams lately? Jim Core robbed the Irish flag from my secondary school. Did he really? The bastard, huh? Jim Core versus Jedward. You decide. It'd be funny to see like a head-to-head debate between Jedward and Jim Core. You know, like just get them on a camera and sit them in the studio and just have them going at it like the Clappers. Kieran Byrne, they wouldn't stand dashed in the States. Look out, piece. The Vipers flying all over Ireland in a fucking computer game, but refuses to do 9/11 RTE. Oh, he wouldn't do it, no. He's doing a load of flight sim ones as Tommy Schlug. Not bad for a laugh, but I find your chat a lot better crack. Well, at least I'm having a conversation with you. You know what I mean? Someone was asking, would he come onto the podcast today? But like, I think there's two things stopping him from coming on the podcast. The first is he won't come out of character because he seems to think everyone's going to beat him up, and he's afraid because he's got an English accent. And the other one is we don't talk no more. I have some old recordings of me and him playing music in Ireland a couple of years ago. We made very good music together, and I always said to him it'd be nice to start a band, but you know he wasn't interested. Robbie Heenan says, "Hey, just in time for the sunrise spliff, East Coast, USA. Nice, man. It must be 6:30 over there, is it? You're up with the fucking partridge, hey? He's up early. He has a team of lads streaming it up between himself, Tommy, and Connor Williams. Lads just streaming day and night, man. Day and night. Look out, Beach. In fairness, Martin, I bumped into Tordoff once out of character. I did want to beat him up. He's a harmless old bastard, and he's a funny dude, you know. But what can you do? As if someone would beat him up. The Viper is a national treasure. He should be on the Euro note, just going, yeah, spend me on 9 spots and fucking sleepers. Do you have any of those Zimmer veins going? Gunsh van Leiden, hello. Isn't it common knowledge that he's from Leeds? Why worry? I don't know. I think I can relate to it because it took me a very long time to when you've been in character for so long and people know you for being in character, it's very difficult to kind of step out of the comfort zone. I'm glad I did it now. I'm thinking maybe I should start an Eddie Durkin channel and just do like Eddie Durkin vlogs, because the way this channel is, it's kind of like intermeshed. So I like to keep this as myself, but it'd be nice to kind of do maybe do some sketches. I was thinking about doing there's a which I also fucking need to do. There's a grant over here from SVT, which is it's like the RTE of Sweden, where they pay to do scripts. So I was thinking about doing something completely different, something new, or maybe do a Hardy Book spin-off using Irish lads. But some Dirkage, says K. Hughes. Absolutely. Lickout B says, it might not make sense in the universe, though, Martin. How would Durkin draw the dole while in Sweden? He'd have his ways, man. He'd have the old lady signing on. Joe Mama says, ballsack. Another moderator just handled this. Fair play to the mods, man. You're on the ball. Have you been in touch with Owen Colgan? His podcast with Tom the Bear is incredible. I haven't heard that. You see, Colgan is a great man for coming on, but his internet will suddenly go down and he doesn't try and fix it. And I don't want to go putting up, like, I think every single podcast I've done with him in it, it cuts out early. So I'm kind of like, if you can't do the full fucking podcast, then it just makes me look like a desperate prick. So I would like to have the intention of the Hardy Books podcast was to have a platform for the Hardy Books to kind of do what the two Johnnies have done, but it didn't work out. Bad old Wi-Fi in the cot, hey. That does be happening now, I'll admit. Durkin's Opinion Corner. It'd be like the end of Jerry Springer. Eddie's final thought. I love the way the end of Jerry Springer, like he completely exploited all these people and got them fighting and smashing bunches of flowers over each other. But then at the end, he had a nice little final thought just to tie it in. Flatliner 01. Kevin Bacon fan, are you? Enjoy the podcast, Mr. M. Maloney. Great listening for the drive and work. Keep them coming. I will indeed, mate. I will indeed. Like I'd like to get one done this week if I can. I did one with my sister a couple of months back. It's up on the Patreon page. It was a bit spicy. I could imagine there would be people fucking complaining, but she is a very controversial character. The two fucking Johnnies, they could do with their heads getting hammered in. I don't know much about the two Johnnies, but in fairness to them, they're great musicians, and they obviously had people making decent music videos for them. I might get them on the podcast yet. They were supposed to be supporting us on Vicar Street a couple of years ago, and it didn't happen. But who knows what the crack is? What's the story with this lockdown level 4 shite in Dublin anyway? Well, what does this mean? Like there's a lot of different levels. And if you look up the World Economic Forum about what's going on, it's all laid out there. At least they have a punchline. Rory Stories, on the other hand, Rory Stories is a very, very odd. It's a strange channel, man. It's I've noticed there's a lot of Facebook famous entertainers out there who just make amateur but popular videos. Got into those conspiracy guys recently on the night shift. You ever been on it or have notions? Yeah, I know Gordo. Actually, credit where it's due to Gordon Rochford. I was in college with him back in 2002 in Ballyfermot, and we hadn't been in contact for a long time. A friend of mine, Andy, told me about those conspiracy guys about 3 years ago, and I was like, oh, I'll have a listen to this. There's Irish guys talking candidly about different conspiracies. So I listened to them, and I was like, that voice is very familiar. And then I Googled it was Gordon Rochford, and I was like, fucking Gordo, man, from college. And so I spoke to him, and he was like, Martin, why don't you get the podcast going? I was like, me doing a podcast? I'd love that, but it was a bit woo. So fair play. The Hardy Bucks podcast was thanks to Gordon Rochford. And another thing you might not know is apparently he was the one who started Blind Boy's podcast. But Blind Boy gets a lot more listeners than me. That's probably because he does an awful lot of, he wouldn't rock the boat too much and basically takes an eloquent stance on hot topics that people are behind, whereas I usually go against the grain, and going against the grain doesn't make you popular. Let me see. Look up, no one knows. Micheál Martin got T-shirt gig by using the final wish on the cursed monkey paw. He's fucked now. Monkey Paw Martin, we call him. Yeah, that's a film I haven't seen for ages. That was a Hammer horror movie years ago. You know what? If I had the monkey's paw, I would have gone, I wished I'd never fucking found this monkey's paw. But whatever wish you do with the monkey's paw, it always turns tits up. So if you did have the monkey's paw, you could wish that you never wished from the monkey's paw and set it to default, and then just like fuck it in the bin then. Do you know what I mean? Get rid of it. Just throw it in a slag heap somewhere. The Dyatlov Pass once had me spooked out in work, shaking in my shoes, stalking the. What's the Dyatlov Pass? I'll have to give that a look. See what the crack is with that. Someone has solved it. Okay, let me have a little look at this incident in Russia. Okay, the Dyatlov Pass incident, according to Wikipedia, can't really trust them, was an event in which 9 Russian hikers died in the northern Ural Mountains between 1st and 2nd February 1959 in uncertain circumstances. The experienced trekking group, who were all of the Ural Polytechnical Institute, had established a camp on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, in an area now named in honor of the group's leader, Igor Dyatlov. During the night, something caused them to tear their way out of the tents and flee the campsite, all while inadequately dressed for heavy snowfall and sub-zero temperatures. After the group's bodies were discovered, an investigation by Soviet authorities determined that 6 had died from hypothermia, while the other 3 showed signs of physical trauma. One victim had a fractured skull, 2 others had major chest fractures, and the body of one group was missing both its eyes. One of the victims was missing a tongue. The investigation concluded compelling natural force had caused the deaths. Numerous theories have been put forward to account the unexplained deaths, including animal attacks, hypothermia, avalanche, Kabatic winds and infrasound induced panic, military involvement, or some combination of these. Russia opened new investigation in 2019, and the conclusion was presented in July 2020. The investigation concluded that the cause of death was hypothermia due to a combination of an avalanche forcing the group to leave their camp, combined with low visibility. Andrei Kurikov, deputy head of the regional prosecutor's office, stated it was a heroic struggle. There was no panic, but they had no chance to save themselves under the circumstances. Doesn't really explain why the fucking lads were missing a tongue and a set of eyes. But I do remember reading once about the fucking Yeti, and it apparently eats people's eyes. So I don't know if I don't know what the crack is there with that. When you were doing Vikings at the time, did you get to work with Mr. Chrome? I didn't get to work with him, but he did do the prosthetics for me. He's a lovely lad, is Bobby. He's a good dude. I like him a lot. A load of hiking shams went up a mountain and ended up dead as a doornail. They should have been wearing a Berg house. Rory Stories is a GAA Fine Gael propaganda channel. Heard it here first, says Aaron Byrne. Yeti job, says TQ. What is a Kabatic wind? I have no idea, man. I can look that up for you now. I'm doing fuck all else. Kabatic, it's a wind that takes the eyes out of your fucking head, hey. Comes back with the lashes. Kabatic wind is a drainage wind. It sounds like someone's farted, maybe, I don't know. Maybe the Yeti boffed in their face or something. It gave them an extreme case of pink eye. A wind that carries high density air from a higher elevation down a slope under the force of gravity. So, I was doing honors geography, man, and I've never heard of that before. Or the Russians had him stiffed because something they saw. It'd make you wonder, TQ. It'd make you wonder. Look out, beast ass Tommy Yeti from Portumna. Nah, he eats snack boxes, not eyes. Good lad. The wind to blow the cap off you. You do learn something new every day. You know what? It's a good day when you've learned something new. So I've learned 2 pieces of information there. Yeah, so Gordo, I've been talking about him to try and get him on the podcast, or me on his podcast, for a bit of cross-promotional stuff. The only piece of journalistic coverage that I've ever had for the Hot Oddy Books podcast was in Joe.ie. Fair play to them. But I suppose it was my own fault for being very inconsistent with the output. But sometimes it's a bit disheartening when you're having conversations with people trying to get them on, and then you get fucked about with times. So sometimes it would do your fucking head in, to be honest with you. It'd do your head in. Schmooze.ie. It's funny. Do you ever look at Snopes? That's anything that is remotely conspiratorial is all false. And your man left the wife for a porn actress, and I've seen a video of her back in the day, and I have to say it was made for very compelling viewing. It would be one of those things that just triggered off a wank, but I didn't. I reneged on that one. Wanking with tears in my eyes, looking at Snopes' new wife. Tears in my eyes, blue in the veins too, my wife was Snopes. She was stacked, and she knew how to work the shaft. Last 2 weeks ago, I did a gig in V-Strums in Stockholm, and Kieran Burns said, "Wanks mean nothing to me." It's the way to do it, man. I did. Maybe I talked about this last week, but I did a full rendition of "This Is the End, Beautiful Friend." I did talk about that because I had Cowboy Kelly on talking about it. Oh, Vienna. Was that Ultravox who sang "Dancing with Tears in My Eyes"? Yeah, the old Drop D special. Do you remember Tool when they did this? Close the door, turn off the lights. No, they won't be home tonight. Close the door. Kill the lights. No one's coming home tonight. Got me home. Do I like Steely Dan? Yeah, Steely Dan are pretty good, but I haven't really given them the time they deserve. But they're fucking stacked, buddy. They're stacked. Planning permission for a pool or some such. Robbie Williams versus Jimmy Page was pretty funny. Robbie Williams versus Jimmy Page. I haven't seen that. Robbie Williams, man. Robbie Williams is into the old conspiracy crack. Sit awake as an angel contemplates my... Completely wrong chords. I quite like doing that. What's my favorite pre-2000s band? Probably Oasis or Guns N' Roses. Oh, there's fucking shitloads of stuff there. Depends on if you're talking about the pre-O, the like is in the 90s. Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with, you know, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Stone Roses. Samantha Mumba. Whatever happened to jam bands, man? I don't know. It's like all that. You know what I think the problem is with music these days? The internet. Because I think everyone is so distracted with and spend so much time on the internet that they don't actually have any time to listen or to put the effort in. How are you here? How are you doing? Not bad. Hi, Mia. Do you like this? Do you like this tune? The drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlight wings reflect the stars that guide towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He's turning me as if to say, hurry boy, she's waiting there for you. Gotta take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I'll bless the rains down in Africa. So there you go, bit of Irish African exchange for you there. There's women in the house, man. They don't want to get miffed. Somewhere in the desert in Africa, there is a speaker playing that song on infinite loop, or maybe it's I bless the rains down in Ireland. It never fucking stops. I'm all about the culture unity, man. I'm all about bringing people together, not burning bridges. Give me some tunes and I'll play them, boys. Give me some tunes and I'll play them. All right, please check the band. Ton Starts Band. What's that? Ton Stance Band. Okay, that's a mouthful.
Alltså. Ja, nya. Ja, åker på när det ska alltså. Ja, om det ska.
Where are they from? An American psychedelic noise rock band consisting of brothers, guitar and vocals, and Edwin White, based in... Where are they based, man? Is it a two-piece band, is it? According to Edwin, our style of music definitely goes all over. When we sit down with the drum kit and guitar, we like to do psychedelic boogie rock. So it's only a two-piece name. That's interesting. Yesterday, I had a practice session with an old neighbor of mine here called Henrik, and he's in a band at the moment, or he's in a band called Big Talk, and it's very difficult to sum them up. They're like Swedish hardcore punk, thrash, neo grindcore. So we were talking about it. John Kennedy knows the crack. John Kennedy said Scandinavian porn vibes with the voices in the background. Nice, type in the name so we can check it out. So yeah, I had a bit of a jam there with this guy yesterday. He's a fantastic drummer, and literally the first opening bar of the guitar, I was like, yeah, this is gonna go well. Play the Fool's Gold riff. Ooh. Let me have a look at the old Fool's Gold riff. I'll have a look at the old tabs for that. Fool's Gold by One Direction. Didn't know they did that. See you later. Enjoy the funeral. I don't know. I can't get the melody in my head. I'll have to do that. I'll have to learn that later on. Sorry about that, Mikey. Oh, the name of my friend's band is called Bitch Hawk. Check that out. I ended up listening to one of Danny Moha's tune the other night. Steve Baters and the Dead Boys vibe off them. Yeah, they were Bitch Hawk. Fantastic situation. Bitch Hawk, yeah. I was trying to get them to have a co-night with an Irish band called Bitch Falcon, but I don't know, it didn't really work out. Yeah, Liz, Danny Moha. Yeah. It's a good guy. Yeah, they were in a band called Leaded Fuel. Because they were part of this. There's a band called Crash Diet who were out in the mid-noughties, and they were kind of like a Swedish Motley Crue kind of thing, and they were huge, and they were touring around Japan. And then Dave Leppard killed himself, the lead singer. But so after they came out, there was a big resurgence in modern day sleaze rock, kind of Motley Crue, LA Guns, all that kind of stuff, all that LA stuff. There's a really good documentary you should check out called Metal Evolution. It's about 9 years old now, but it was about all of the different genealogy or the family tree of metal and where it came from, which is quite interesting. How about a bit of let's have a look at some tunes, man. What do you want to hear? Do you want me to play this old bad boy just because it's one of those, isn't it? Everyone gets it. think you can tell heaven from hell? Blue skies, motherfucker. Blue skies are green. Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? Smile from the veil. Do you think you can tell? So we lost a load of fucking viewers there, bastards. You singing along as well? Fuck it. Keep it going. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. How we found the same old fear. Wish you were here. Oh, the green and red of Mayo, I can see it still. The tall and craggy bottoms. Sorry about that. I got this guitar in Powell's Four Corners in Galway 10 years ago. And I got it fixed by a man, Stevie, who was in a band with Johnny Thunders. And when I did the podcast with him last time, he got a bit pissed off with me because I was a bit machine baked and glossed over his. I said Johnny Thunders. You know, he was in New York Dolls. Then he had a solo career. Enter Stevie, and Stevie was like, no, he had a band called Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. And I was like, Jesus, take it easy. But yeah, there was a tune, right? A fucking tune done by Johnny Thunders. The solo stuff, yeah. Guns N' Roses, yeah. They did a cover of it, right? And it was called You Can't Put Your Arms Around the Memory, yeah? And it was a fucking good tune. It's on a Spaghetti Incident, yeah? But I'll do a fucking cover of it now for you, alright? We'll do this. Fucking nails are getting long, man. Excuse me while I have a bit of a munch on these. Kerosene. Nice. Doesn't pay to try. All the smart boys know why. Doesn't mean I didn't try. I just never know why. Feel so cold and all alone. Baby, you're not at home. And when I'm home, big deal, I'm still alone. Restless I am, beat my head against the pole, try to knock some sense down in my bones. And even though they don't show, the scars aren't so old. And when they go, they let you know you can't put your arms around a memory. You can't put put your arms around a memory. You can't put your arms around a memory. Don't try. Don't try. This was in Sopranos as well. I can't remember what series. You're just a bastard kid, and you got no name, 'cause you're living with me. We're one in the same. And even though they don't show, the scars aren't so old. But then when they go, they let you know, okay, you can't put your arms around a memory. You can't put your arms around a memory. You can't put your arms around a memory. Don't try. Don't try. You can't put your arms around a memory. You can't put your arms around a memory. You can't put your arms around a memory. Don't try. Don't try. There you go. That's from Johnny Tunders. Johnny Tunders. Mikey Higgins. Thank you very much, mate, for the super chat. I do appreciate it. There's a little something for you there, Martin. I got to go now. See you on the next video. Absolutely, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. A pleasure as always, my friend. David Weld. You miss me, hey. Ah, you're still here. You're in at the right time, man. It is a lovely song. Poor old Johnny Thunders, man. What area of Ireland is that accent? Mine's a mix, man. Like, funny, when I met these Liverpool women the other day, they were like, you sound Irish. So if I'm in Ireland, people think I sound English. And when I'm in England, they think I'm Irish. I can't fucking fit anywhere, hey. Never did. Don't fit in is the... Which one was that? The accent I was doing? Fuck it, I can't remember. Sorry. Good luck to you, Mikey. You're a good skin. A solid skin. Solid snake. Let's see what other tunes we can do. Fuck it. Do you know what? It's a good one, man. It's a good one, and I'll do it for the fucking boys from Manchester. I've been singing this with my daughter, trying to teach her on the guitar. Maybe I don't really want to know how you got and grow, 'cause I just want to fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Maybe I just want to fly. Wanna live, I don't wanna die. Maybe I just wanna breathe. Maybe I just don't believe. Maybe you're the same as me. We see things they'll never see. You and I, we're gonna live forever. Said maybe I don't really wanna know how you got and grows, 'cause I just wanna fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Maybe I will never be all the things that I wanna be, but now's the time to cry. Now's the time to find out why I think you're the same as me. We'll see things they'll never see. You and I, we're gonna live forever. Here we go with the solo. Maybe I don't really wanna know how you got it rose, 'cause I just wanna fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Maybe I just wanna fly, wanna live but don't wanna die. Maybe I just wanna breathe. Maybe I just don't believe. Maybe you're the same as me. We'll see things they'll never see. You and I, we're gonna live forever. We're gonna live forever. We're gonna live forever. There you go. That's an homage to the boys. To the boys. Cheers, Shawnee, lad. Beautiful lad. P.S. I'm sitting behind my kit playing away to this. Oh, nice one, Dave. Nice touch. Hello there, Jade. Good morning from the ice crack of dawn. What's that AC/DC? What is it? That AC/DC. Fuck. This one. What's the name of this one? Can you do a Jaws tune? I fucking will. This was always a fucking. Right, shite on an acoustic. Shoot to Thrill, that's the one. Fair play to you, Garrett. Let's see if I can play Shoot to Thrill by Akadaka. I need to get way more AC/DC songs into the repertoire as well. You can't go wrong with them, man. You can't go wrong. Shoot to Thrill. It's a fucking tune, man. AGCDE. Not too hard. There's not even a minor chord in it. Are you women who want a man on the street, but you don't know which way to turn? Just keep on coming, put your head out to me, 'cause I'm the one that's gonna make you burn. I'm gonna take you down, 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 down. So don't you fool around. I'm gonna pull the trigger, shoot the thrill, play to kill. Too many women with too many pills. Shoot the thrill, play to kill. I got my gun at the ready and I'm firing well. I like evil, I get under your skin. I'm a bomb that's ready to blow, 'cause I'm illegal, I got everything, and all you women might need to know. I'm gonna take you down, said, shoot the thrill, pay to kill, got my gun at the ready, gonna fire it well, cause shoot the thrill, ready to kill, can't get enough, wanna get my fill, gonna I can play the rest, but yeah, that's the first time I've attempted that. That's going into pub songs playlist. I'll have a bit of that. Nice. Axl Rose did a good job singing his tune. Do you ever? Yeah, you know what? Axl Rose was the perfect person to play AC/DC. It was. Do you know? Jailbreak. Jailbreak somewhere in this town. Me and the boys, we don't like it, so we're getting up and going down. High low, looking right to left. You see us coming, I think it's best. Move away, do you hear what I say from under my breath? Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in the town. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak, so don't you be around. Don't you be around. Tonight there's gonna be trouble. Some of us won't survive. Me and the boys, we mean business, busting out dead or alive. I hear the hound dog on my trail. All the bell, helmets loose, alarm and sirens wail. Like a game, if you lose, go to jail. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in the town. Tonight there's gonna be trouble, don't you be around. Tonight there's gonna be trouble, some of us gotta find ourselves in. Tonight there's gonna be trouble, so won't you stay with them? Just a cowboy, lonesome on the trail. Starry night, campfire light, and the howling winds wail. The coyote calling, and the howling winds wail. And I'm gonna ride to the old sundown. I am just a cowboy, lonesome on the trail. Lord, I'm just thinking about a certain female. Nights we spent together along the trail, and I ride to the old sundown. Roll me over and turn me around till my feet they don't touch the ground. Roll me over and let me go, riding with a buffalo. I was took in Texas, did even know her name. Lord, all these southern girls all seem the same. South below the border, in a town in Mexico. Got a job, busting Bronx for the rodeo. Pull me over and turn me around, till my feet, they don't touch the ground. Terry Hoosh. Roll me over and let me go, right in with the buffalo. Roll me over and let me go. Cowboy's life is a life for me. Ballyclare knows the crack. Yeah, so that was a bit of Tin Lizzy there for you. Good old Phil. Do I want a livener? Absolutely. Fuck, was it? Down from the glen came the marching man, with the shields and the swords. Fight the fight, they would lead to the right, to fight the fucking overlords. Yeah, I haven't played that one for years, man. What else do you want? Let me see what other tunes are in the mix. I'll do fucking bit of Dubliners, will I? Bit of Raglan Road. I always do this one, but I want to get it down. Do you know what I mean? Lukey and Kelly. I was with Liz there. Liz is Danny Melha. He's a bit like the Gremlins. You don't feed him drink after midnight. Whatever you do, don't put fucking water on him, or he might multiply. But he's like, fucking Luke Kelly is fucking love this. Fucking brilliant. Okay, we'll do a bit of Luke Kelly and the Dubliners. On Raglan Road, on an autumn day, I saw her first on you. That hair, dark hair, would weave a snare that I may one day rue. I saw the danger and I passed along the enchanted way. And I said, let grief be a falling leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we tripped lightly along the ledge of a deep ravine where can be seen the worth of passion's pledge. The Queen of Hearts still making tarts, and I not making hay. Oh, I love too much, and by such happiness thrown away. I gave her gifts of the mind, I gave her the secret sign that's known to artists who have known true gods of sound and stone, and the word and tint without stint. I gave her poems to say, with her own name there, and her long dark hair, like clouds over fields of May. On a quiet street where her old ghosts meet, I see her walking now, away from me so hurriedly. My reason must allow that I know that I have loved, not as I should, a creature made of clay. When the angel woos, the clay he lose his wings at the dawn of day. It's a tricky one. The last one, it's a tricky one. Happy Jack McKenna, Philadelphia. I got family in Philadelphia. Manayunk, Springfield, Drexel Hill. Good old Philadelphia. All around the world. Shawnee, I'll be there for a good 25 minutes from doing all around the world coda. But I could give it a go, man. I could give it a go. Let me see. Thanks very much, Ericine. Appreciate that. Jackeen Power knows well the crack. Jackeen Ropes. Oh, Jackeen Power, sorry. Let me see. You want to do all around the world. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll give it a good shot. Give it a good shot. Why not, man? Why not? It's a bit early in the midnight hour for me. Here we go. We'll do this job. A lot of fucking chords, man. A lot of chords. Okay. I should put auto scroll on. That's the best job. That'll do. It's a bit early in the midnight hour for me to go through all the things that I want to be. I don't believe in everything I see. You know I'm blind, so why'd you disagree? Take me away, 'cause I just don't want to stay. And the lies you make me say are getting deeper every day. These are crazy days, but they make me shine. Time keeps rolling by. All around the world, you gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. We're gonna make a better day. All around the world, you gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. know it's gonna be okay. What you gonna do when the walls come falling down? You never move, you never make a sound. So where you gonna swim with the riches that you found? You're lost at sea, well I hope that you drown. Take me away, 'cause I just don't wanna stay. And the lies you make me say are getting deeper every day. These are crazy days, but they make me shine. Time keeps rolling by. All around the world. Oh, it's a fucking key check. All around the world. You gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. We're gonna make a better day. And all around the world. You gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. You know it's gonna be okay. And then it's all around the world, so it kind of repeats itself there. I'd only be repeating myself. But the Stone Roses, hey, Steel Toe Cap job. Daniel Hertzler, whoa, he's up early or up late. Westlife, key change the fucking Bon Jovi job. Shawnee Thornton, that was awesome, Martin. Thanks a million for that. No worries, mate. No worries. It's a song I wouldn't mind having in the repertoire. Dust in the Wind. Fuck, I might give that a go, man. Might give that a go. Stone Roses. What I'll do is I'll do Stone Roses, then I'll do Dust in the Wind. I'll do Made of Stone. Dust in the Wind's after you. Okay, let me start that one again. Fuck it. That B7. There it is. Your knuckles whiten on the wheel, the last thing that your hands will feel. Your final flight can't be delayed. No land, just sky, it's so serene. Your pink fat lips let go a scream. You fry and melt, I love the scene. Sometimes I fantasize when the streets are cold and lonely and the cars they burn below me. Don't these times fill your eyes when the streets are cold and lonely and the cars they burn below me? Are you all alone? Is anybody home? Is anybody home? I'm standing warm against the cold. Now that the flames have taken hold, at least you left your life in style. And for as far as I can see, the twisted grill spin back at me. That money dies, I love the scene. Sometimes I fantasize when the streets are cold and lonely and the cars they burn below me. Don't these times fill your eyes when the streets are cold and lonely and the cars they burn below me? Are you all alone? Is anybody home? Sometimes I fantasize when the streets are cold and lonely and the cars they burn below me. Don't these times fill your eyes when the streets are cold and lonely and the cars they burn below me? Are you all alone? Are you made of stone? Are you all alone? Is anybody home? There you go, a bit of Ian Broom there for you, man. A bit of Ian Broom. Up late indeed, 3:30 Alaska time. Good stuff, man, good stuff. I love Bon Scott era, DC, Nirvana, Beatles, Zeppelin, bit of Sabbath. If the mood takes me, how can you go wrong, man? How can you go wrong? Are you on the old Joe Rogan elk and jalapenos diet over there in Sweden? Joe Rogan, funny, apparently I wouldn't be eating much elk or listen to Joe Rogan, but I drop in every now and again, but I just don't have the time to sit through 3 hours of Joe Rogan going, what? He's making nice coin. Mark Davin, I'm going to take a run to the cottage in Swinford this weekend. You might do a bit of cleaning up in there because some fucking assholes have absolutely trashed the place. Little fuckers trash the gaff. The Doss Palace isn't what it used to be. If I found them, I'd put my big toe up their hole. Hawkins Brute, good to see you. Glad you made it to the power stream. This finger is fucked from the old punch bag incident. They're having a broadband party at the cottage with local shams. They're working up on the fucking megabytes per minute job. Wankathon, here we go again. Cradling my balls in my hand. On the woof woof of Ferris Keegan. Fergus knows to crack. Ex-hamster and lobster chew. You porn and you jizz. So many of them. No word from Critical Drinker. I need all you guys to put pressure on Critical Drinker and go on the Hardy Books podcast. Just spam him till he fucking answers. Cheers, lads. Appreciate that. Because it'd be nice to be on his live stream and then give this the plug and then grow it a bit. Trying to get it back up to 3,000 subscribers, but it's fucking slow, man. I don't know what's going on. Got to get into the BJJ to make it as big as a podcaster these days. Yeah, even Russell Brand is doing a bit of BJJ. Oh, he'd probably end up touching you up if you were rolling with him. Count Dankula would be a good guest for the podcast. Yeah, Counting Dankula. Ooh, Counting Dankula. Dankula. Suck the parrot tits once. Didn't we all? Well, she's walking through the clouds in the circus mind that's running wild. zebras and moonbeams, fairy tales. That's all she ever thinks about. Running with the wind. I think it's Jimmy's 50th anniversary today. When I'm sad, she comes to me with 1,000 smiles. She gives me free. But it's alright, she said it's alright. Take anything you want from me. Anything. Na 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 na, fly on. My finger is fucked. I was never that good at solos. Just could never be bothered sitting down and doing the graft. So someone asked for a Doors song earlier on. Let's see what kind of Doors songs we got in the mix. The Doors are after you. Aldous Huxley and all that. He was fucking obsessed with the crack. Riders on the Storm. Give us a shout. What Doors song do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? Roadhouse Blues, if that's the way you want it. G. I keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel. I keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel. When we're going to the roadhouse, we're gonna have a real good time. Yeah, we're back at the roadhouse. We got some bungalows. G. Yeah, we're back at the roadhouse. We got some bungalows. And that's for the people who like to go down slow. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll all night long. Gotta roll, 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 gotta feel my soul, alright. You gotta roll, 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 gotta feel my soul. You gotta shuck a choo, chow, 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 chow. Joe Diaz podcast gone now. Why did he shut it down? Well, I woke up this morning, I got myself a beer. Yeah, I woke up this morning, I got myself a beer. Well, the future's uncertain, but the end is always near. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll. All night long. There you go, bit of Doors. Did you say? Five to one, baby. 1 in 5. No one here gets out alive now. You get yours, baby. I'll get mine. Gonna win, yeah, we're taking over. We all get old and the young get stronger. May take a week and it may take longer. They got the guns, but we got the numbers. Gonna win, yeah, we're taking over. You walk across the floor with your flower in your hand, trying to tell me no one understands. Trading your hours for a handful of dimes. Gonna win, yeah, we're taking over. Come on. 5 to 1, baby. 1 in 5. No one here gets out alive. All get old and the young get stronger. Gonna win, yeah, we're taking over. $26 to 4. I am the Lizard King. Dust in the Wind. That was what I was going to do. Dust in the wind. Now I'm just a bag of dust. Dust in the bag. There is actually dust in a baggie as well. That was someone else told me about that before. Dust in the wind. I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass me by me our curiosity. Dust in the wind. Yeah, I'll have to learn that one. There's a couple of little slash chords, and I put that into the pub tune mix. Got my very first G string. Bought it from Stateside Scarf. How are you, Jason? Owen Higgins. There's a couple of boys in the mix now, and give the thumbs up, lads. I need those thumbs. Do you understand? You don't get the crack, lads. I need the thumbs up. It's time to ring my dad. Bear with me. Oh. The phone was beside me all along, sure. You know what I mean, hey? Do you know what I mean? Oh. Let me see what the crack is here now with the owl fella. Is he here? Twisted Hippie, good to see you. Have you a Facebook or Twitter? I have both. But I'm on Twitter more so. To see what the crack is with the owl lad. I bet he won't answer, but maybe he will. Time to ring the owl lad now. You heard it first here, hey. DM away, Jason. DM away. He never answers. Rowan McKillop. Good to see you too, mate. I'm not sure what the crack is. Predictable. Didn't answer. I know what the fucking point of him having a phone is. Been ringing him for fucking weeks. I haven't spoken to him for over a month. The live stuff. Shawneen Thornton. Yeah, a bit of old school reference there. David Icke's after you. What about the song Malibu by Hole? I haven't heard that, Brian M. Hole. She was all right in the day. Was there badness involved? Steely Dan, says Owen Higgins. Tordoff was a big Steely Dan man. That's the man to talk to. He's fucking. He's good at the old. He's good at the old fucking intricate stuff. As the Viper, like, you know what I mean. He'd learn a piece that took 9 years just to play it once. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Slippery Mistress says G. G's after you. Oh yeah, G. Xi Ping knows the crack. Apparently, Xi Ping banned Winnie the Pooh. I seen it on an episode of South Park, but I heard that as well. But in South Park, they were like, I think Mickey Mouse's character was saying like, that was a real thing. Check it out. Apparently, Disney owns. I actually took a screen grab of different media outlets that are owned by umbrella companies, and it makes you fucking wonder what the crack is. Let me have a little look at this. This was a funny one. Want to feel old? This is Scorpio and Sub-Zero. Umbrella, Albert Wesker. You talented man. More songs, please. Yes, indeed, Rowan. I'll throw a few. I've never seen Tordoff do anything out of his characters. He's a man of mystery. He's, as they say in Sweden, Hanner and Mysterium. Now, let's see who owns all these. So AT&T, which is a phone provider, own Time Warner, CNN, Warner Brothers, CW, whatever that is, TBS, TNT, DC, fucking hell, all the comic books, HBO, Cartoon Network, Walt Disney own ABC, Fox, 21st Century Fox, Pixar, Marvel Studios, National Geographic, ESPN, Comcast, NBC, Sky, Telemundo, Viacom, Paramount Pictures, MTV, Nickelodeon, Black Entertainment. So it's like four big boys who own all that crack, man. Big boys. That's why it's nice to just watch one dude like myself knocking about on a guitar, because you'll get fucking real chat without the fucking waffle. They own most of the alphabet. They fucking do, Twisted Hippie. Do you catch a stream of it? If I can be totally honest, I just unsubscribed. I unsubscribed from a stream. What do you think of that? Yeah, it was just coming up all the time, and I was like, it just annoyed me that I wouldn't fucking never do anything myself. Sure, I downloaded all Disney stuff off Pirate Bay the other day. Had to be done. Why do you live in Sweden? Well, that's where my kids are, and so I'm kind of stuck in Sweden. If I was back in Ireland, man, I'd be making fat coin, but I'm stuck in Sweden where nobody knows my name. Like I'm well known to people who know me. You know what I mean? But the Swedes are a funny bunch for being like, they won't work with you unless they know you for like 10 years. So trying to break into media over here. And again, do you want to be in media in Sweden? I've seen them. They're all very well dressed, and they toe a strict line, and I'm like, nah, could be fuck with that shower, lads. They're all so ambiguous, and they dress in jazzy clothes. They live in nice apartments, and they've got a summer house. They call their kids with funny sounding exotic names, and they never smoke a bowl. If you smoke a bowl in Sweden, you may as well do a line of coke. and shoot it up with sweet Mary Jane with a H. I've seen the movie Midsummer with, I've seen it. It was good. Most of it was filmed in Hungary. They probably did it for an EU tax break. You like that picture, Jay? Did you? They're mad. I hope they did take a serious one because their grandmother would like to see a few. Sweden is a hipster totalitarian state. You know what? It was until all this, until they had a very soft approach to the lockdown. After that, I'm like, yeah, it's gone up in my estimation. But they're very much so. If there was a fire in the corner of the room, they'd be like, "No, I don't see it. I don't see it." But they're nice overall. You know, their hearts are in the right place. I heard that they have a rake of talent over there, though. Yeah, Sweden does. I mean, if anything, they've got too much talent because they're so well trained with the best teachers and the best facilities that there's a bottleneck of talent and only a certain amount of opportunity. And what happens is, like, say if you've been playing guitar for like, or you're in a band and you're a fantastic virtuoso musician, doesn't matter because if you're trying to get money for doing live shows, it's all who you know. And if you don't have the right connections, they're like, and I'm not talking about myself, I'm just talking about everybody. But Colin O'Reilly, Mellets for one. Ooh, I have a few. I enjoyed a couple of nice pints of Mellets there at Christmas. But because there's so much talent, whether it's art, media, music, or MISC, the crack is hiring people. It's like, I don't care how well educated or how talented you are, because we can just get someone else to do it for half the price. So it's all invoice. You know what I mean? It's not like in Ireland we can go and do a gig and there's a little Ashton Touchner in there. A few pints yourself, job. Killian Wallace walking up and down the mountains, man. Oh, it's got mountains, all right. I wonder what I give fucking Mikey Salmon a bell for the crack. I'll give Salmon a buzz. El Salamander. It's typical when you go to ring people, they never answer. But I'll fucking ring Mikey Salmon. Mikey Salmon. I might get him on the podcast this weekend. Actually, I might do a podcast with them now after this and then lash it up. Then I've done this and a podcast. That'll be a productive day. Then pick the kids up. Well, actually, I'll be cutting it fine. Come on, Salmon. You know I'm ringing Salmon. I don't want to give his number away. Hello. There he is. Mikey Salmon, the man of the hour.
What's the crack?
How are you doing, baby boy?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Did you see lads tagging you on Twitter asking about podcasts and stuff?
No.
Were you in the cart? Were you?
Was there lads asking about podcasting?
There was indeed, Mikey. There was indeed. I'm also live streaming at the moment as well, so don't say anything about stateside.
All right.
Gorilla Patriot says.
What made you think I would say anything about stateside anyway?
Exactly. I'm only fucking joking you. I was going to say there's a couple of soundskins here. Gorilla Patriot says, Shaman of Knowledge. And Brian M wants to know, is he still with that Russian one? Fucking hell, man. There's a whole load of you've really livened up the live chat. What are you up to for the day, Mikey?
Chilling out, and then I'm going to be working tonight. So I was down in Galway this week, so
good crack.
Kind of recovering from that. Yeah, well, it wasn't too bad.
Tell me this: was there pints involved?
Not too many, no. Just kind of good food and so a little bit of drink, not too much.
A few little touchners.
Yeah.
Had to be done. Rowan McKillop says, Salmon gets the best pints, man. What do you think of that?
I suppose so.
Yeah. Is there much crack around town, is there?
Not really. Usual crack, you know.
Yeah.
The odd stabbing, the odd
The odd pickaxe handle going through the front of Moore's pub window.
The odd lad outside the bookies shouting, and the usual crack.
I was going to say, anytime I speak to my mum, it's like, do you know who died? It's like, any good news for me?
Yeah, I didn't want to go down them lines.
Yeah,
so I thought.
Fair enough. Who's dead? Anyone die? Occam's Brute says, "Hi Salmon, remember playing football with them black lads and that dodgy fucker out Cartrin Bay in Sligo?"
Yes, I certainly do. I certainly do.
When was this?
This was back in the heyday of my Sligo IT years, between 2003 and 2007. So this was around, I'd say maybe 2003, 2004.
Occam's Brute, you remember this? I was going to say, I had another. Is it true, Mikey? Right? Is this true? Because Steve Price was saying, that CSI Steve was like, sometimes Mikey Salmon, for the crack, he'd just be watching porn in the library on the computer. Is that true?
I don't know where Stevie Price got the thing, but if you talk to maybe Declan Campbell, he'd be one to inform you on it. At that time, I had no other access to.
So you stored it up in the memory bank and accessed random access memory wank.
Exactly. Sometimes I didn't bother waiting and went to the jacks and just.
Yeah, you gotta go when you gotta go, man. It was an emergency. Occam's Brute says, I'm one of the lads Salmon had to share a gaff with.
Yes, I have a feeling that I know who that is.
Don't reveal him. Don't dox him. Gunch van Leyden says, any danger wanks in the library, hey?
Oh, God, no. You wouldn't get away with that crack. But some very dangerous clicks on the wrong type of porn, so you'd have to very quickly click away from it and get back to
reality. There goes gravity.
Yeah, actually wants to see.
Fair dues. Was it some of the fattest women known to man?
Yeah.
Big game. Joseph Sullivan says, wanking in the library, is it, hey? Yeah. Jade Elois on the vinegar stroke, is he? How did the conversation turn? Oh, I do. It was me who asked, actually, of course. Yes, sure was. I wonder, maybe we should get a podcast. What time are you going to work, Mikey?
I'll be going to work around 6:30.
6:30. We could do a fast podcast now. Fast podcast, if you're up for it, or else I can maybe squeeze one in this evening after I have only bits and bobs sorted out.
Yeah,
could be done, should be done, but it'd be nice because I wanted to get you in on the podcast, like in the room, but this is the times we live in, brother man. So
yes, exactly.
As the old saying goes, we can only piss with the cock we're given. Yeah. Any are you someone asked, are you doing the run with the who was it asked? Sean Thornton was asking, are you going to do the run with the lads?
No, sadly I won't be able to do it this time around due to other commitments, but mainly work, and our lad asked me to help him out, so sadly because it was kind of a bit rushed when the dates were set up, I couldn't organise things.
So what's the crack with them? Where are they running, Mikey?
They're doing the Atlantic Way, but only the Mayo section of it. So they're running along the Mayo coast, basically.
How long is it going to take them?
They're doing it over 3 days, I think.
Jeez, they must be whippets of men now, are they?
Basically, yeah, they are.
Holy schmuck, boy. Yeah, they've gone mad into the running crack.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to maybe a couple of days go alongside and just hurl abuse at them just for the laugh.
Has to be done. Just say your gate is crap. Occam's Brunch says, right chaps, lunch break over, back to doing a bit of graft and shite on Zoom meetings. Cuntish crack, hey. Thanks very much for dropping in, Brutus. And Mikey Salmon, he'll figure out who you is. Drop him a line on the old Twitbox at Swinford Legend. Isn't that right, Mikey?
Yes, that's right.
And you're on Instagram as well. What's your Instagram page again? Swinford Legend?
No, I think it's just M Salmon, I think.
M Salmon.
I'm not too sure.
And the M's for Michael, yeah?
Yes.
Happy Jack McKenna says, yo, I'm in the States. What's the deal with season 5, brother? I know RTE are pricks. I don't know what the story is, to be honest with you. Happy Jack. We'll see. But you need to be spreading the word over there in the States about the Hardy Bucks. Some men for one man, says Killian Wallace. Did you see Gavin?
Any pitch ideas for me and you? Just go our own way, do our own thing.
We could call it Salmon and Maloney's Reptile Odyssey, where we just go out to like crocodile wranglers in Florida and Australia, and we have to like help them catch monster crocodiles.
And we'll add in Danny, the geezer from EastEnders, Danny.
Sure. Look who's in the fucking comment section. Hey, look who's there. Colgan. Yeah. Tell us the story about the landlord we had in Ballyban. Well, I guess it's a good 15, 16 years have passed. So the crack was we were living in Ballyban in Galway. And Collie, shall I just ring you just so we could both chat about me, keep Mikey on the line as well? Give me a yes or no in the chat. But the myself and Owen, we'd walk around to the supermarket in Ballyban, to the Super Value, and we'd be picking up like, oh, this is a nice selection of Mr. Kipling's custard fancies, and just go, very nice, and squeeze them. Also, I'll step into the car for this one. Good lad, Colgan. Hey, Mikey, we'll get another lad in the mix here now. Hey,
lovely job.
We'll get Colgan in. Yeah, Colgan. It'd be nice if the me, you, and Owen did a podcast together, the three of us, just fucking wax lyrical, talk hard talk.
Oh yeah, that would be lovely.
Hey, Mikey, did you ever watch This Boy's Life featuring Robert De Niro, Ellen Barkin, and Leonardo DiCaprio?
I may have ages ago, but I can't really remember.
Well, do you remember the time when he goes into he's applying for Hill prep school, and he sees his mates who are the greased hair, leather jacket wearing hard men, and they're talking very explicitly about the anatomy of some girls they'd had good times with that weekend. And then the guy from Hill School goes, Toby,
Hello.
How are you, Collie? There's hard talk in Hill, Collie. How are you, Colgan, boy?
How you crack, no?
Oh, bits and pieces, man. Bits and pieces. What are you at?
I was on YouTube just looking at some shite, and I seen your live stream popping up, and I said, "There's a lad that I know."
And did you say?
There's a lad that I know.
Did you say? Who said that used to?
Who said that used to? Mark Maloney.
What are you? I heard you're going to Portugal.
Yeah, heading over to Faro, so I just got cheap flights out of Knock.
Yeah, I heard it's only
5
60
euro.
quid. What?
€5. Only €5 including tax.
Nah.
Swear to God, hey.
Fuck me, I'm going down for the afternoon.
I've only got over for a pints and come back again.
I might just go over for a latte and then spin back. The Mutante says, The Crow, The Jackdaw, The Raven Chronicles. There's your show.
Oh yeah, we should do a show, a 10-part series where we just go around Ireland looking at ravens and crows
And magpies, just to make a special appearance.
How are you, Mikey? How are you keeping?
I'm good. I was going to say, where am I involved in this chat?
Sorry, Mikey.
You're the magpie expert.
The Corvid Whisperer.
Those tricks, any crack abroad, muchy?
Bits and pieces. It's pretty chilled out over here, like normal life. The Fantastic Situation wrote, our show could be called The Hardy Birds, or that could be a story about some hard women who just go around listening to WAP by Cardi B. And then,
Great song.
See, what do you think of the song of WAP, lads? Are you a fan?
It's a bit shy.
Just heard about it now by you saying it, so I'll have to listen to it.
Terry Hoosh says, hello, Owen. Greetings from the north.
Who is it?
Terry Hoosh.
How are you, Terry Hooch? How are you getting on?
Are you still missing the bog? Asks Sean Thornton.
I am, yeah. Well, the thing is, today's a lovely day for the bog. It's a lot of boys now just getting in an extra cut of turf this year, so because it's going to be an awful cruel winter.
You reckon?
Oh, it's going to be the worst we've ever seen.
It's going to be like Siberia in Bal.
It's a lovely day for the bog, yeah.
What's she benching temperature wise?
What's she benching temperature wise? 21.5 inside the car.
Ooh, she's running a smooth 21, is she?
She's cruising up at a 21 and she's putting the fifth gear down into fucking sixth gear and she's moving up to 22 apparently after 2 p.m.
Is she going overtaking other temperatures?
Tell you one thing, I've never seen such heat inside a car. It's like a fucking sauna.
Mutant writes, the Hardy Birds, 3 lads cross-dressing. Would you be up for a bit of that, Mikey? We could just talk about how much we hate
in the daytime
and talk about how much we hate J.K. Rowling.
Well, yeah, that'd be something. We could all dress up as women and burn her books.
What do you think of Jedward, lads? What do you think about Jedward on Twitter lately?
I like them. I'm getting entertained by them. They're good lads.
Are they court jesters in the kingdom of Cowl?
Yeah. It's hard to know.
Bandwagon jumper merchant people. What? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like jumping on a bit of a bandwagon. But
were they giving out to Jim Core? What were they saying on there?
Oh, they were giving out. Ian Brown has come out now, and he's strongly against the New World Order and all these lockdowns and stuff. So they were giving out to him. I like the way they spoke on behalf of the public, saying the public have lost all respect for him. And says the 2 lads who jumped about on X Factor wearing massive shoes. But
yeah, just do your own thing. Don't be kind of speaking on behalf of everyone else.
Yeah, but they're just trying to get followers. Would you for the crack? Or Joseph Sullivan, fair play to you. Thanks very much, mate. Enjoy the stream. That lad's been to America. I was going to say, so fucking. What would you prefer if you had to have to naked wrestle Jedward in a inflatable paddling pool full of Johnson's baby oil?
Yes.
Or 69 Kerry Katona after a night on the kebabs?
I suppose it wouldn't make much difference if you're 69er. You'd probably feel like you're digging into a kebab anyway.
Oh, fuck. He went there.
I'd probably go for both if I had a chance.
Both simultaneously?
Fuck it, sure, why not?
Hey, in for the penny, in for the pound.
Stick it on the CV. Go for curry katona.
You go for a curry katona, would you?
Jesus, curry katona every time you open the paper, she has something. She's some sort of new
centerfold special, is it?
Yeah. But what would you go for?
Geez, that's a tough one, man. I'd say for the crack, probably wrestling Jedward. Because it would be.
Fuck, you don't know where their hands go.
You wouldn't fucking know, man. I was going to say, Terry Hoosh said he met us backstage at the Belfast gig. Which one was that, Terry? Which one was the second one we did, lads? The one we remember. There was that support act, and they were fucking woeful. They were. I mean, I wish we brought them around everywhere with us, man, because we would have looked like Kangs had we have. We could have. They were a brilliant support act.
I don't remember. I think that was all of us there for that one.
The Limelight, was it?
No, I think it was somewhere else, wasn't it? It was. So I don't remember. Remember the bouncer brought us out the back door after the gig, and then
gave us a good seeing too.
It was a good going over in payment. He bumped us in payment.
What say you, Mikey?
I don't remember. I only remember being up for one gig in Belfast, and
was it the time Pete went missing with Joe Brolly?
Yeah. I think, but that was it.
I also I don't remember the end of that night, because I remember the start of it, because we got picked up this lad who showed us around Belfast and told us to park in the most dodgiest spot where we got out of the car.
Where was that? Johnny Adair's gaff.
yeah. So Pete thought, I better not park here and park somewhere else. But I remember that, but I do not remember the gig or after the gig at all. not a dicky bird of an image or anything. So I have no idea what happened to me.
Owen, can you please tell a story about Crowbar doing the gig in Galway?
Oh, Christ. Well, sure, like the thing is, Mike, and it's kind of connected to Mike's point there, we'd be having a few drinks before the gigs because you'd be nervous, like, so you'd have a few drinks, take the edge off, and then you'd need a few more to put the edge back on again. But Crowbar, he went too far. I had him up stage in the Black Box in Galway, and I had Big Mick up there as well, actually. But before the gig, Crowbar went away just to have a few pints, and then a few pints turned into a shoulder of vodka. And then by the time he was on stage, he was, when you meet someone at 2 or 3 in the morning and they're in like a chipper and their eyes are glazed over and you don't know if they're going to stab you or else hug you.
Oh, yeah.
He was glazed over, like his mind was in a different dimension at this point.
And this was
on stage.
Is this before he got on stage?
This is before, and there was a few of the lads going up on stage just to do their bit of stand-up, and I was fucking shitting myself. Because my brother was in the crowd as well. I was like, fuck, I don't know what's going on here. And then Crowbar, he kept going out the side door to keep smoking cigarettes. And he goes, am I not allowed out here, Owen? I was like, no, it's fucking, you'll set the alarm off. The bouncers were like, you can't keep going out there. You're going to get thrown out. And I had him set up so that he was coming up on stage. But then he was a couple of minutes late going up on stage. And then he went on stage and he started talking about games of pool that he played back in the day.
Back in the glory days.
Back in the glory days. He was on about some game of pool where he was playing someone and it was 3-3 in the pool game, he kept saying. But,
tell us what he said to the traveller.
I forget what he said.
I forget. Didn't he say to one lad who was backstage, he goes, here, hey, are you a knacker, are you?
I don't know. Did he say? I don't fucking forget now, to be honest. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, so I don't know what he said. But,
well, no, he didn't mean it in a bad way. It was just the way his vocabulary escaped him.
Well, I don't know what was going on, but the gig itself was fairly mental anyways. But
I'd expect nothing less.
See another day.
Terry Hoosh said it was the OES Centre.
Say, Mike?
I was going to say, how many more times are you going to have back? Sounds like a cracking gig.
I was sure if he got on to me and he said he wanted to do one, or, and if I was doing one, and if he was in the same vicinity, why not?
How did Big Mick get on?
Oh, he was good. He was very good because he had all the old stories and people seemed to enjoy it. And he's, like Big Mick, just when you see him backstage, it's kind of like hanging out with Rowlett because
he's got a comforting presence, Collie.
Yeah,
come from presidency. He'd remind you of Willie Nelson or something like that.
He would, wouldn't he? Willie Nelson and Liam Neeson.
He's got exactly, yeah. Liam Neeson. It's like hanging out with Mayo's version of Liam Neeson.
CM ask Buzz about his gig in Woodlawn.
Woodlawn, oh, cry. Well, I've actually done 2 there, but there was one gig where I was staying out at my cousin's house down in Long Island, and I had to get the subway up, and I thought the subway at the most would be 2 hours, but I had to go up through fucking Yonkers and a couple of different spots. I must have been on the subway itself for, I'd say, 5.5 hours, 6 hours.
Jesus, that lad's fucking Yonkers.
He was flat out in the subway, that lad. I was heading up to Yonkers or wherever it was, Woodlawn, which is a little suburb in the middle of all these other wild suburbs. And I got there and met a few Irish lads. They brought me over to Woodlawn. I got into the place. This is about 7 p.m. And I was like, fuck, what time am I on it tonight? He goes, oh, you're meant to be on at 5. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry. And there was a camogie game going on. There was a camogie celebration going on. I went up on stage after drinking 2 quick pints, and I was sweating buckets. I still had my jacket on. And I nearly fucking fainted off the stage because it was just pure stress. But because it was like a blind date thing on up there.
Oh, Jesus. How far out is Woodlawn?
Oh, it's well up there. It's, I don't know how to describe it because I don't know America that well. But
is it in the Bronx or is it in Queens?
I think it's Queens. I think it's North Queens.
Woodlawn.
But it's a good bit out. It's very far. Like, it feels like it's middle of nowhere. But then the funny thing is when you get out there, it's full of Irish people and they're all just doing jobs and they have a bit of wildness about them because they're up there in America. But the gig itself was a bit fucking wild, rocky. But the pub itself, Keen's, couldn't recommend a better place to go for pints.
Really? Isn't it funny when you go abroad? Like, because I was in Sydney about 7 years ago with Mike Cocaine, and you're knocking around in Bondi, and everyone's just wearing GAA jerseys, and they're like, "Oh man, I saw you on the Republic of Telly, man! Class!" And you're just like, so weird that you're on the other side of the planet. And it's the same crack. Geez, Woodlawn's a good bit out, man. Fucking hell. It's nearly...
It is. Do you know who I met as well? The day before that, I met Parsons, the footballer.
Oh, from Mayo.
Yeah, I met his brother. He was in the pub. And I was looking at him going, geez, that fella looks awful familiar. And then it was just... there was a load of lads in the pub, and then everyone left, and it was just me and him. We had a few pints together. But it's funny when you see a lad in the States or another country with the Mayo jersey on or something like that, because it kind of makes you feel relaxed.
Yeah, it does.
You're kind of in it together, like.
There's a bit of backup.
Small touch of backup as well. There's a bit of support, and even if you go mental, they'll go mental too. And then there's you're not too worried.
Well, it's funny.
You don't want to get too fucked in America either because it's a wild spot.
There'll be boys jumping other boys.
Oh, there'll be lads going around with fucking AK-92s.
AK-92s? Fuck my pink arse. Big shout out to Creebies. Just coming in from the night, he says. Salmon job. He says, love the chats, boys. It's like Culture-Ma all over again. Colgan's halfway to Culture-Ma. It's funny because when you're from your neck of the woods, and Salmon, you were Carnacull, whereas Colgan was Canaf. But the Canaf boys... Anyone out that neck of the woods, they were like halfway boys. It was like they'd spend an awful lot of time in Culture-Ma, and Culture-Ma to me was like, it was always a bit kind of like, ooh. Shelbyville, yeah. But it's funny because everyone in Swinford like, oh, go and fight in Culture-Ma, boys. And go and fight in fucking lads from Ballina. Go and fight in Claremorris. And the way the Swinford lads would be thinking, it'd be like, geez, all these towns are well rough. And then you realise that Swinford were the rough ones. There was a pattern forming there over the years, lads.
Huh?
There was an old pattern forming there over the years.
Did you tell any stories about N17 nightclub? Open 8 till late.
Half 11. Well, I remember they had this thing where you had to be over 16 and you needed an ID. I don't know what the fucking ID was unless you had a passport. And I didn't have one of them till I was 19, new on the scene. But Tordoff was definitely underage, and he did the way he's so meticulous about his craftsmanship. He'd spent all day doing this thing, this ID from the Leeds Football Youth Academy called Leeds City Boys, and he'd spent ages, and he'd laminated it, and he'd even got he'd even made a little stamp to imprint on it to make it look official. And then he was like, right, don't worry, lads, I've got my Leeds City Boys ID. And then when he went up to the bouncer with this ID card, he was like, what the fuck is that? That's fucking, go out to fuck. Kicked them out.
Oh, fuck, he got thrown out.
Yeah, he didn't even get in. Gunch Van Leyden says, was that the place where someone wrecked the club's owner's Mazda? No, I think that was Gavigan told me years ago. Maybe you know about this crack, Mikey. In Sligo, it was in the Leitrim bar. Some lads threw a keg off the fucking balcony and it landed right on top of the owner's Maserati that was parked outside.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. I can believe that 100%, because they were wild mental times, and also a lot of casual and serious drug use was being had. So it was like it was bound to happen. Not generally by me, because I'm just a pint head. But
don't fucking talk about throwing us in it.
So tell me this, Mikey. By soft you mean hash. By hard you mean crack. Hey, it was
more probably ketamine
hello.
Hello.
Hello, and last year, Mike. What's the last one?
He was stuck down a K-hole for that question.
Anyways, yeah, that probably would happen. But I was going to mention a depressing story about me was getting refused entry into Julian's.
Oh, no.
Was one of my lowlights. So I just hung around outside chatting to Damien Campbell. Not Decky Campbell, Damien Campbell, a lad from a real boring lad from midfield.
Oh, I thought you meant Declan Campbell as in other Decky.
No, Decky would be good crack to
yeah, he would have been, because I was like, he's not boring.
He's definitely not boring, and also he's definitely not getting into Julian's. He was inside, probably shifting some burn. I was outside chatting to a lad.
Did he drop the paw? Hey,
what happened to you, Mike? You got thrown out?
No, I just got refused entry.
Was that by lads in white shirts and dicky bows?
And then I was waiting. I was outside just watching the fights. Then Vinny Lavin come out and have a fight. Probably
there were so many fights in that place, wasn't there?
Oh, it was cruel. I remember the first night I was ever in Julian's. I was about 16, and I don't know what I was thinking. I went to the bar and ordered a pint of Guinness, and as I was ordering that, some lad comes up beside me and just gives me a P45 into the leg with his knee, and then the other lad did it as well. And I looked at the pair of them. I was just like, "What's this about?" and just left. I was like, "Fair play, lads. You're hard boys." I never had the interest in fighting. I like if it was on the Gaelic pitch. It was another. It seemed like it was safe to do because it was a level team sport. But like there was too many variables inside nightclubs where lads could bottle you, or you've got about 9 pissed up fucking teenagers jumping on you. So
they kind of gang up on you, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't very fair in that sense. But it's funny.
A lot of dark corners in there too.
Oh, the darkest corners, man. Hey, Colgan, I heard you were shifting in the corner.
An awful lot of shifting and dropping the clutch was going on.
Dropping the clutch. And the handbrake was well up, full lock.
Oh.
It was funny. I was
in there, I was drinking tequila.
You did?
I drank an awful lot of... Yeah, I got thrown out after like it'd be 12:30 at night. But there was some lad, he was only coming in at the same time from Youthreach.
Oh, Jesus.
On his shirt. So he was just coming in the door, and then he was coming out the door, and he wanted to fight me, and I was like, I couldn't very stand up.
Did you puke on him?
Into like a ditch. I puked all over his shirt.
I have a story about tequila as well in Julian's. I can't remember whose birthday it was. We got a bus load of people from Swinford and went to Julian's. And when we arrived, there was about 5 or 6 or 7 of us. And that's all that was in Julian's was us 7. And I started
Jesus.
having shots of tequila. and then getting so rowdy just on my own, just throwing the shot glasses back at the barman and stuff. And the barman was probably younger than me. He was only a teenager.
So the barman was younger than you.
And then I just passed out, and people bringing me home, asking me where the fuck I lived and which. So that, and then another time in the Buzz in Swinford, I went to Jackson, and the guy was coming out with his new leather jacket, and I puked on top of his leather jacket. And all what happened was like, you could fuck's sake, turned around and went back to wash it off.
Yeah, well used to it.
Hey, lads, do you ever remember that experimental phase Julian's had it back in 2000? And what they did was all of the drink that was going out of stock, they just said £10 in, free drink all night.
I do remember that, but did that work out for them, or did everyone have to get pumped?
I think half of the place was pumped. There was
yeah.
Because I was just drinking stuff like I was on the Bacardi geezers and drinking all the sweet stuff, and I was like, can I get a Bailey's? I drink that. Can I get a Malibu? Can I get an Archer's peach? And I was just mixing all this shit that I was curious about, and then I remember I was shifting some girl, and then my mouth started watering while I was doing a bit of shifting, and I was like, when I opened my eyes, I could see 3 of her. And I was like, oh, God. So I went into the toilet, and I opened as soon as I opened the toilet door, I just went all over the door. And when I went into the toilet, there was like about an inch of vomit all over the floor. And I was puking into the sink. And then Stevie McGuinness comes up to me and he goes, hey, Maloney, will you help me fight? I was like, who are you fighting? And he's like, we're going fighting Desi Groark. I was like, nah, you're all right, mate. Like the biggest lad in the whole of town. I was like, nah, it's grand.
Desi Groark was about 6'6", wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was also a bouncer. Yeah, he was massive, man. Like it was like one of the biggest dudes I'd ever seen. But do you remember when we lived in Galway with those Polish headers, and they had a house party back in 2006 or 2007, and we were in our room, and they were just being obnoxiously loud, like they were trying to get into trouble. And I went in to tell them to stop. And when I looked,
around the time the head shops were open.
Yes, exactly. Do you remember the fucking size of those dudes, man? I went in to tell them to be quiet, and I looked up, and there's just 2 guys who are like the Twin Towers. I looked up, and I was like, I'd never seen anyone that big. They must have been about 7'2", and there was 2 of them.
They're huge. And there was a Korean lady in there, South Korean. Remember her?
Really?
There was this South Korean lady. I don't know where she came out of, but she started hanging out. I think I might have met her first. I met her first in the Russian Dove. And I was like talking to her, but then I did the stupid thing where I got too steamed, and I lost where she was in the Russian Dove.
Yeah.
So then when I came back, Ramek, remember Ramek, the Polish lad?
We are watching Hostel Part 2.
Hostel Part 2.
Well, can I finish this? Me and Sorry, I was going to let them know when me and you lived together, we were working for the same construction company, but you, lucky enough, got to work on NUIG, and I had to go all the way to Brighton Hill, which is on the other side of town. Yeah. But there was one Sunday night, that was fucking all you could hear from the next room was just loads of screaming. And I was like, I opened the door, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And there was about 9 of them sat around a laptop screen. You know those mini laptops you used to get? About this big the screen was.
Notepads.
Yeah, and it was a notepad hooked into a subwoofer. So like they were watching this thing at full blast around a fucking 9-inch screen. And I went, what the fuck is going on in here, man? And Ramek goes, we are watching Hostel Part 2. Sweet dreams. So what happened in the finish, Collie? Was there any heavy petting or what?
Well, Ramek had taken my spot, and he was in talking to this lady, and he had this real smug look like, oh, you have to go away to me. And I was like, you fucking bastard. So anyways, cut to maybe 3 nights later, we were still out. So I took place for maybe 3 days. And then for some reason, whatever happened to me, I caught myself in great form. We were all down the front door pub in Galway. The Korean lady was there, loads of Polish people. And just for some reason, the chat was coming out to me good. So I got chatting to the Korean lady again, and I was like, geez, I'm fucking in here now. Need to be cute. But instead of that, the Polish lads, they had some head shop, like spice or whatever you call that stuff.
Yeah.
They had truffles, Mexican truffles and all this other shite that nobody's ever been taken, really.
Yeah.
But I took some of that stuff anyways, and then when I got back to the house, I was shifting away with the Korean lady, but I had a cigarette in my
very
hand.
good.
It was going the right way, and then I had my arm around her and I had a cigarette in my hand, and I ended up burning a fucking hole in her hair.
Oh, jeez.
And she was like, "Oh, what you do?" And I was like, "Oh, fucker, I'm so sorry about that. Now what happened?" Confused, like I shouldn't have even been smoking in the bedroom at all. But that was the end of that, anyways. Unfortunately.
Well, if you want to hear a funny fucking story about ruining a good thing with a woman, Danny Riley.
Yeah.
Well, when he was living with Gavigan in Dublin, he pulled this really fine-looking German girl, apparently. And then Gavigan came back and he's like, "How are you, Dan?" And he was all smug going, "Oh, fucking Chris, eh?" And then so Chris was going to the toilet and he said, as he was in the toilet, he could hear through the door. Dan said to the German girl, he goes, "You're a sexy little Nazi, aren't you?"
Oh, no.
Yeah, and that was the end of that. How are you, Biddy?
I can only imagine.
How are you doing, love? No, you're all right. I'm just doing a live stream.
What are you up to, Mike? Where are you now?
I'm just chilling out in my gaff.
Nice.
Where are you living nowadays, Mikey?
I'm living down in Bridge Street in Swiford Town.
He lives on Bridge Street.
Lives on Bridge Street.
Across from Casey's, where Casey's was.
What, are you living on the corner, is it?
Bridge, Mike.
Are you living above Chopper Kennedy's shop? Biddy, can you close the fridge door, please, love?
Right on the corner, right at the end, at the crossroads there.
Have you seen Warren around lately?
I don't think I've seen him in maybe 15 years.
Do you know who I could swear to God I seen the other day in a Yaris driving around Mayo? Prince Philip. He drove past me in a Yaris and he looked at me and I was like, that is definitely him. And then I seen him again another day. Really, those kind of weird spots that he has in his skin. Like
liver spots.
Yeah, he was driving around in a Yaris. It looked like a rental, but he looked like he was up to no good.
It could have been Prince Philip's brother, Steve.
Steve. The lesser known of the two.
Hey, Collie, it's funny. My mate Rod over here, the Donegal lad.
Yeah.
He used to work with Sean, and he was telling me there on Sunday, he was like, "Hey," because he was he was a promoter up in Ballybuffet. He was like, "Hey, I was trying to get the Hardy Bucks up before you got fucking huge." And I was talking to his brother Sean. We worked together, and I said, "How much did it cost to get the boys up for a gig?" And his brother just says, "A slab of cans and a quarter of hash."
I'm glad he thought so highly of us. It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
We probably would have done it for the quarter of the hash.
I'll never forget that picture that we have. It's the picture that we have on Facebook somewhere. It's Pete, and he's grabbing the microphone like he's grabbing a pint of Guinness. We ever did. It was in
Monroe's.
In Finbar Hoban's.
Yeah, Finbar Hoban presents. It was it was in Monroe's that time.
Was it Castlebar?
Yeah, it was Monroe's on
Monroe's.
Lives on Main Street, or what's the Main Street in Castlebar. But there was that was good crap. I was sweating trying to get material together, and I was like, "What's going on, man? Why isn't anyone writing any jokes?" And Tom was just like, "Aaron, drink a bottle of Bucky, it'd be all right."
The five of us did stand up at the same time. We're all talking over each other. What were we thinking?
Oh man! In fairness, some of our first stand-up gigs were shocking. Like there was, do you remember we did a gig after the Rubber Bandits in Cork? Or it was before the Rubber Bandits in the Cork University. And we were all
vaguely,
me and you had material and jokes, but we were doing different punchlines to each. So a pair of us were just telling punchlines that didn't even make sense.
Oh fuck! fucking hurts me to even think about some of the stand-ups we've done.
But it was fucking mighty crack. Lick out Beach said, "This is quality."
There was great piss-ups after. Like the crack after the gigs was just epic.
The gigs were just the means for the crack.
It was a gateway into the crack. Yeah, you had to pay your penance, and then you could hang out with everyone, and you could have the crack individually with people.
Oh, and when the pressure was off.
Oh yeah, when the pressure was off, the pints were coming in. There was no better place in the world to be.
Do you remember the time we did the gig in London, and we'd rented the it was an Airbnb that we got in right by off Liverpool Street, and you could see the Gherkin, and there was a rooftop and a balcony. That was brilliant crack.
Was Salmon's cousin there? No.
Yeah.
Savage.
She was indeed.
Mike,
I was hoping that wasn't the same one.
She was
what was
nice.
the crack there, Munchin?
How'd you mind?
You tell me.
You do the math.
You do the math.
Just a bit of sleeping, hey.
Oh yeah. You're well renowned for it.
No.
You dirty fuckers.
Behind the crack special with the Here Boys. But yeah, but I tell you, I'm gonna have to hit the road. But thanks very much for you both to come on. If you're up for it later on, we should do the three of us do a podcast together.
What time are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get the kids back from. Well, saying that I could just go into the bedroom and just use the mic, but maybe 2 hours time. So
Give us a heads up, yeah. Give us a text half an hour beforehand because I've got to go into Lidl now and get some shite in there. So
little by little,
fucking selling crap you don't even need.
Hey, a bit of Dulano sausages.
And a fucking problem now. Wine in Lidl's gone off cheap.
Has it? And that's the problem.
You get a bottle for €4.
Oh,
well, it is when you've been there for €4.
€4 and you leave flying. Poland was brilliant for the. Hey, we should go on a little trip to Krakow and stay at Liz's gaff.
Oh yeah, I'd love to know. You were over there recently, were you?
Yeah, it was brilliant crack.
Poland's a great country, isn't it?
Like you go out and you're like, Jesus, this must have cost me a fortune. You're in the bar and you realise that you've bought a round of drinks for like €4.
Fucking, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. The prices of drinks in Ireland is just mental now.
Yeah, it's insane, man. How's the old lockdown? How's that going for you in out west?
It's got its good points and it's got its bad points as well. It's kind of you'll be fairly isolated these days from the whole lockdown and the measures people are putting in. So you just don't really get to see people as much as you used to, which is.
Do you miss the lockdown? Or do you miss the gigging, lads?
I miss being around people. I'd like to be around people a bit more, and I don't think the pubs, sadly, will ever go back to the way they were because people are paranoid about being close to each other. So,
oh man, sure, like
being as rowdy.
You know, you should come over here to Stockholm for a week and then just see what's going on.
You should.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a different game over there altogether.
Yeah, it's just like it's just normal, man. People go to the pub and drink pints. I'm thinking about just doing a video, but I always forget. But I might go into town later on and just film what it's like. No one wears masks or anything here. Like
you should do, yeah. You should do that. Get a few interviews with different people and then see what the crack is. I'd love to see it.
It'd be nice if I had someone to hold the camera. I could do like a all gas no brakes kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be very funny.
The trifecta.
Whoever's there in the pub with you.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I might do a live stream later on from the Power Pub. There's two lads who are great crack. Davey and Paddy Schween. He's from Ackle, and the other lads from Spiddle. But they're working over here and on construction. But they're brilliant crack. You should meet those boys.
I've no doubt. If they're from Spiddle and Ackle, they fucking have to be wild.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, working on the sites, man. Working on the sites.
Oh, stop.
Do you miss the site work, Collie?
I listen to miscellaneous sounds of site work when I'm in the house, just to remind me of the good times.
And then when you go
in construction sound effects.
I heard when you go to bed.
Boys next to me here, huh?
I heard when you go to bed, you listen to construction ASMR.
Just got a foreman from Sligo just saying, "I'm going to lay the blocks next Tuesday."
Hey, it's a shame we never got to work together at Briar Hill. It was so depressing, man. I'd have to
Well, I went out there much like when you quit. I went out there. They put me out there, and I worked with 2 Lithuanian lads who they seemed to be thinking I was an awful fucking idiot altogether because they were hammering in nails without any harnesses. We were about four stories up.
Jesus.
And I was like, would you go make throw a harness here, lads? Do you mind? And they're like, oh, harness, and they were laughing away. That was the fucking. And they were upside down and they were arguing with each other. There were 2 like father and son lads who kept arguing with each other, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just nailed in a few bloody sheets of galvanite.
Didn't you once just walk off? Because I tried that.
That was the site that walked off. Yeah.
Yeah, because I tried doing it once, and then the head foreman was up on top of the. I was literally walking out the gate, and I was like, I'll just have a little look and see if there's anyone looking. And then the head foreman was looking down, and then I just immediately did a 180 and walked back in.
Oh fuck! I left. I was walking off. It was out towards our moor there, and I walked off the sites. And he said, I got a call in about an hour or 2 later from the foreman going, "Oh, what's the story? We're looking for you there on site." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to bother come back there now today." He goes, "Oh fuck, you can't be sure we needed you. Like we're counting on your numbers." I was like, "Oh, something came up," and he goes, "Right, well, I'll see you tomorrow at 8." And I was kind of like, "Nah."
You know when because I was staying at home, right? I was on the dole and I just played guitar all day, and then I'd go to Galway and hang out with you at the weekend. And when I moved to Galway, I was pissing away all my savings. And then yourself and Tom were always eating in the Pukon the whole time and having like chicken Kiev dinners for like €15. And I was like, man, do the maths on this, man. It's like you're eating here 5 days a week, and at 15. You know, that's €75 in dinners a week, and you'd be getting what? You'd probably get like €400 after tax, if that. Then you had the rent and then pints. So I'd kind of figured out. I was like, I literally at the end of each week, I had about like 40 quid saved. And so when I went back to Mayo, I was like straight back on the Barney Army. And then George rang me up from the agency. And he rang me up at about 12 o'clock in the day, and I was just knocking around in the bed, and I had Bob Marley playing, and he was like, "How are you, Martin?" I was like, "All right, George, how's things?" And he was like, "Not too bad now. How are you?" "I'm grand, man, yeah." He goes, "There's a job out there in Westport, what is it, directing traffic." And I was like, "Tell me this, George, is it cash and claw, is it?" "Is it what?" "Is it cash and claw? Under the table, like?" No, not at all. What are you talking about? I was like, I'll have to. The
cheek of it, I love it. I love the cheek.
Do you know what I said to him? I said, I'll have to kindly refuse the offer, George, but I wish you all the best for today.
Oh God! Never again did he call you since then. But he called me. That was in Cuffy's house, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I remember the time I was in the bed too, and he was calling me one morning to come into work, and I was like to you, will I go into work? You're like, nah, we'll leave it. We'll go around Galway City for the day. So we just spent the day walking around Galway. Much better spent time anyway.
Oh, way better, man. Do you remember the time, Collie, when we'd gone out on the Thursday night, we gone out on the Friday night, the Saturday night, and then the Sunday night we were in the Blue Note, and that's when Tom was wearing the moisturizer that he didn't realize was tinted, so his hands and his face were all brown. And Goose Durkin kept going, "Oh look," and Heaney and real lads for the slagging, they kept going, "Look at this lad wearing fake tan, man. Look at this fucking lad wearing fake tan." And Tom got so sick of it all that he just left the jacket and went home.
Fuck, I didn't know that bit. I didn't know he left the jacket.
But we ended up going out again that night. And I don't know, we went to Cuba or something. And then I think we had like 3 hours sleep. And I had to get up at 7 for work. And I was going, I can't go in, Collie. And you were like, "You go to fucking work. Go to work." And I was like, "I can't do it." And then I was like, "That's it. I'm ringing me ma and seeing what she says." I was just so confused and hungover. And then I phoned my mother up and she went, "Well, what's going on? Are you all right?" I went, I'm wrecked, man. I don't want to go to work. And she was like, "What are you on about? I can't go to work. I just can't do it." And you were like, "Don't be fucking soft, man. Go to work." So I ended up going out to work. And then I was driving a wet vac underneath this car park, cleaning up this fucking massive car park with a sit-on vacuum cleaner. And I actually fell asleep while driving the thing and crashed it into a big pile of scaffolding.
So the lesson there is don't go to work.
Exactly. I was so depressing because I was, I lived in Sweden, I lived in New York, and then I was over in England, and then we had great crack over the summer, and I was just like, how the hell have I had all this mad shit happen to me? And here I am driving a wet vac, crashing into a pile of scaffolding.
It's no harm though once in a while to kind of come around to that stuff again. If you're down like a couple of days down the bog or whatever, it's nice because it's like you can't, you appreciate the wild times a bit more than.
Yeah, you do. In fairness, it's nothing better than it's like the time me and you did that terrible gig in Bray, and afterwards I was like, "Oh Jesus, we have to put the effort into." But that wasn't really our fault either. Julian had told us we couldn't do anything in character, even though it made no difference because no one even the whole show was going to be new. But like we were supposed to be 20 minutes on stage, and Owen, in fairness, you got a good few laughs. He did 6 minutes out of 20, and I was out a couple of nights before, and then Mark, the can goblin or the can angel, the Kangel, he said, here, lad, come on, we go for a few drinks, lad. Here, lad. So I went to the, what's that thing on Pierce Street? There's a bar there on the corner of Pierce Street, Collie.
Pierce Street, geez,
the Lombard.
Yeah, so, the Lombard, yeah.
So I went in there to go for a pint, and we met this American woman called Leslie who's sound. And we had a few. We were on the piss with some lad from Longford or something. They kept buying red lemonade with Jameson, so we had a few of them, and the form was brilliant. But I went back to Mark's gaff and had a 2-hour kip, and Gavigan came into me, and I was in the fetal position on the bed, and he comes in, he just goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, man!" And I was like, "Don't worry, Chris, I'll get into it." And I never did. Like I couldn't. I had the onset of the flu coming on. And then when I got up on stage, I literally crawled up I crawled up on the stage and ate shit for 17 minutes on stage. And your man Ian Copinger came on after me and he goes, well, there's a thin line between going on stage doing comedy and a psychology hour or whatever it was, or a psychology session. But in fairness, the Vicar Street gig was brilliant. We should get on to Sean and try and get those rushes so we can cut it together.
Be great, yeah. That's a hard old thing to stand up,
Yeah, it's good crack though. I do miss it.
Yeah, you're definitely built for stand up watching.
Hey, you've not got a bad body yourself, man.
I think we let you go on here, boys. Salmon, I'll just give you a call during the week.
Yeah, definitely. Call over anytime.
Lovely stuff.
I'll give you a text, lads. If I can squeeze the time in, we'll do an hour. Just have the crack. But thanks very much for coming on, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Great chat to you, boys.
All right, Buckings. Love you. Look, bye. So there you have it, lads. Jeez, well, I'll tell you one thing. You got your fucking money's worth on this Awfully Irish podcast. Any crack? The whole gang was there. It was a nice touch. So, 2 hours and 33 minutes. That was a bit unexpected. It's a bit unexpected now, in fairness. But thanks very much for everyone for sticking around. Give this the old thumbs up. And if you have any friends who would enjoy this, send them the link. And if you haven't already subscribed, please give a subscribe and hit the old bell, the old belling, so you know that I'm doing a bit of streaming. Do you know what I mean? But it's always a pleasure hanging out with you all. And I hope you have a great weekend. And maybe, just maybe, I might do another nighttime stream with the brothers Schween later on, and just show you what it's like in Sweden. Just with the general crack. And I might get a couple of Swedes. What's the story with the Discord group? Martin asks. Awfully Irish podcast. Well, there's two Discord groups. One of them is for the Hardy Book patrons, and the other one is a Maloney's Digest one. The patrons have been there for about 1.5 years, 2 years now, and it's cozy old crack. But I will give you the link to Sting's Digest, which is for any of you who don't know about this stream, about this Discord group. Here's the link. Hop in there, get acquainted, and I want to see that jump up, the old thumbs. So if you haven't already, give it the thumbs. Let me see it get to 50. Can we do it? If we get it to 50, I'll do a song of your choice, and then we call it quits. Come on, we'll do it. Are you not doing it? You can do it. Are you not doing it? I think everyone must have already hit the old thumbs up. Oh, we got one. We got 44. Another 6, lads. Another 6. Sean Thornton, fair play to you, laddine. Thanks a million, lads. Love hearing from you boys. Old school tales. Yeah, they're good crack. Daniel Hertzler, my man. We got 5 left. We got 4 left. We get it to 50. Get it to 50, boys. Get it to 50. Come on. Oh, 3. We got 3 left. 3 left. 3 left. Come on. And give me a suggestion for a song and I'll sing you out. 3 left. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I've got to pick up the young buck in 5 minutes from school. Come on, 2 left. Let's do it. Come on, the boys. 2 left. There's 45 of you there, sure. There must be someone. Come on. Come on, Big Mo. Yes! We've done it. Shade. Thank you very much, Loving. Thank you. Appreciate that. Men at work, land down under. Do you know what? I'll learn Fool's Gold as well. Green and red and mayo. You know, it makes sense. You know what? In the spirit that's in it, we'll give it the old green and Phil, the green and red and mayo. We'll do it. We'll do it. That's what we'll do. Just for the boys, man. For the boys in Sligo job. And then I'll go and pick up the young fella. Give me a sec, no. Give me a sec, no. Green and red and mayo job. Come on, big money. Come on, big money. It's annoying the way ultimate guitar, you can't just put the... Now, here we go. Yeah. 3-chord wonder. 3 chords and the truth. Dingo's jeans. Oh, the green and red mayo, I can see it still. It's soft and craggy bogland, it's tall majestic hills, where the ocean kisses Ireland and the waves caress its shore. Oh, the feeling that came over me to stay forevermore, forevermore. From its rolling coastal waters, I can see Kilpatrick's Peak, where one Sunday every summer the pilgrims climb the reef, where St. Patrick in his solitude looked down across Cool Bay, with the ringing of his bell called the faithful there to pray, there to pray. Take me back to Clare Island, the home of Granuaile. Its waters harbour fishes from the herring to the whale. And now I must depart it and reality is plain. May the time not pass so slowly before I set sail again, set sail again. So, Dr. Zerfia, thanks very much for sticking around, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks to Mikey Salmon and Owen Colgan and Graham Russell. Thanks very much, Graham, for the old 5 bob taxman chat. Love the chat with the boys. Keep it up, Graham. I did give you the mention in the podcast there with Kyle the last time. Jack Russell's snapping at the heels of a Rothwheeler. I felt it in my heart, in my soul, in my kukuru, and I remember lifting me head up to the skies, letting out a primeval roar of victory. So big thanks to you all. Love you very much. You're an absolute legendary bunch, and have a great day and have a fantastic weekend. And we'll see if I can get a little Ashton Touchner later on when I'm out and about. But thanks very much, and we'll talk to you soon. It's been a pleasure. Good luck to you.